Hello everyone, welcome you all to this new video. So from this video onwards, we are going to start the subject electronic principles and circuits or electric principles and circuits, in short EPC. Okay, so this is a third semester subject for the electronics and communication branch. So, firstly, I would like to tell you about this channel VTU Academy. So, this we had started 2 years before, and we have taught many subjects for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth sem for your seniors, and they have given a valuable response for those subjects, and it had helped them a lot. So already the third sem, I had started with third sem mathematics when I was in third sem. Now I'm studying currently in seventh sem as a student under VTU University, and I am planning to do the videos for the remaining subjects under third sem. So in third sem, which the subjects which I have already covered, that include mathematics and network analysis. Okay, so I had planned to do the subjects to cover the videos of the subjects EPC as well as DSDV. DSDV already I had started that separate playlist. I have already made it, so go and watch that. And from this video onwards, I'm going to start the subject electric principles and circuits. Okay, so the subject code for this is BEC 303. Okay, it is a 4 credit subjects, 3 credit for theory and 1 credit for laboratory. So all the theory part, all the 5 modules I'm going to cover in the upcoming videos in this playlist. Okay, detailed explanations, important concepts, and by highlighting very important questions from the VTU point of view. Okay, so all of them I'm going to cover in the upcoming videos. So stay tuned. So in from this video onwards, we are going to start from module 1. Okay, so let us see now what in the syllabus for what module 1 consists of. So the first module 1 consists of transistor biasing. Under that we have to study about in detail about the voltage divider bias circuits, then VDB analysis, VDB load line and Q point. And with respect to this VDB load line and Q point, we are having few problems to be solved. That also some kind of problems you are going to discuss. Okay, and two supply emitter bias and other type of biasing circuits we are going to see in this. And the second part of this module is BJT. Okay, BJT AC models. So BJT stands for bipolar junction transistor. Okay, so the this term I guess you might be hearding this term. And in detail, in depth, we are going to see with some of the concepts related to BJT, starting from base biased amplifier, emitter biased amplifier, small signal operation, that is SSOs, then AC beta configuration, then AC resistance of the emitter diode, two transistors model, then analyzing an amplifier, H parameters, relation between R and H parameters. Okay, everything we are going to discuss in this part. Then we have voltage amplifiers. Under that, we are going to discuss in deep about voltage gain. What do you mean by voltage gain? Then the loading effect of input impedance, how the impedance is related with respect to the voltage. Everything we are going to see in this part. Then we have CC amplifier. Under that, we are going to see the CC amplifier construction and the impedance equation which we are getting from this CC amplifier with the equivalent circuit models. Okay, so these are the things we are going to study in module 1. So this was the syllabus of module 1. Now let us start with the concept. Okay, the first concept is about transistor biasing. So this is a very standard notes, guys, for all the 5 modules. I have found these notes for you guys. You read these notes in the exam point of view, it would be very helpful for you guys. Okay, this is made with respect to all the important questions, all the repeated questions. Okay, very short notes for all the 5 modules. It is around 20 pages only. So all the important concepts are covered in this. Okay, all the theory part and the problems part also I'm going to make the separate video on that. Go and refer that. Okay, so this notes I'm going to put it in the video's description. Go and access it. So let us start now. First concept about transistor biasing. Okay, so first let us see voltage divider biasing. So this figure 8.1a, that is this figure here. Okay, this is the circuit diagram of a voltage divider biasing. How the voltage is getting divided with respect to a simple BJT, that is bipolar junction transistor. Okay, so mainly we are having in this BJT, we are having two types of transistors. One is NPN transistor and another one is PNP transistors. Okay, so these two kinds of transistors are not new to you guys. Okay, you people have already gone through these kind of transistors in your previous classes. That is in your second semester you had basic electronics, and that also you have gone through this, and the PUCs also you have seen it. Okay, yeah. So these transistors are also called as biased transistors. So with respect to that, let us see what we mean by VDB now. The figure 8.1a shows the voltage divider biasing circuit. Notice that the base circuit contains a voltage divider R1 and R2. Okay, so these two resistors R1 as well as R2 uh, simply works in the simply works in dividing the voltage. Why? How it divides the voltage? You see here we have two resistors of two different set of resistors with which has two different values. Okay, so if we have two different values, you would be having two different voltages at two different points. Okay, so that's why the voltage won't be remaining constant, and this complete circuit it would be getting varying. Okay, so that's why we use the term called as voltage divider. Okay, so R1 and R2, because of this circuit, then because of this circuit is it is called as voltage divider bias. Okay, so the analysis part, that is VDB analysis, let us see. In any well-designed VDB circuit, the base current is very negligible compared to current through voltage divider circuit, and hence equivalent circuit at base is shown at the figure 8.1b. So this is the VDB circuit here. Okay, voltage divider bias circuit. For this we have an equivalent circuit, just to make you clear about how this is getting, how the voltages are getting divided. So this is that equivalent circuit. Okay, which where we have two resistors which are connected with respect to the VBB. So this plus VBB is the base voltage here at this terminal. Okay, so like that they have drawn one simple equivalent circuit just to make you clear about how the voltage is getting divided. Okay, to analyze this VDB circuit, we need to follow the steps given below. Some steps we need to be following for the analysis part. Okay, starting from step by step, each parameters you are going to see one by one. Okay, let us see first what it is. First is calculate the base voltage VBB. Okay, so this is the base voltage here, VBB, out of voltage divider bias, which is given by, this is the formula you need to be remembering for VBB, that is it is given by R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Okay, into VCC. So VBB is equal to R2 into VCC divided by R1 plus R2. Okay, so this is the first step for the VDB analysis part. Remember that VDB analysis, one problem would be definitely asked where they would be telling you to find the parameters VBB, VE, IE. For that, you need to be following these steps. Okay. First step is to calculate the base voltage. So if you know the base voltage, then only you could be knowing the voltages at these point resistors. Okay. So first we need to be calculating the base voltage. So this is the formula for base voltage. VBB is equal to VCC R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Okay. So with VBB as a DC source, the equivalent circuit for figure 8.1a is given in the figure 8.1c. So for this, as a DC source VBB, when it is acting as a DC source, how the equivalent circuit would be looking like? So it would be looking like this here. Okay. So you see this figure, so this is a DC source. DC source means we are having one external power supply for and that external power supply would be helping us to set the voltage value. Okay, we could be varying the voltage value with respect to the DC source. Okay, so this is the equivalent circuit with respect to the DC source here. So we have a DC source connected to the VBB. Then we have two resistors. One is in the collector side and one is in the emitter side. So I guess you might be knowing the three terminals of transistor: emitter, base, and collector. So that I won't be repeating again. So this is the collector side. So that's why we are having the collector resistance RC, and this is the emitter resistance RE. Okay. Yeah. Next step, step number 2, subtract 0.7 volt to get the emitter voltage. Okay. So why 0.7? Because you need to be remembering one thing, that is the base voltage would be fixed for all the values, that is zero point 0.7 volt. Okay. So that's why if you want to get the emitter voltage, you should be doing the subtraction of VBB minus VBE. So this VBE is fixed, that is zero point 0.7 volt. Okay. So first step is you by doing this formula, you would be getting the value of VBB. Then that VBB you substitute in this equation, VBB minus zero point 0.7 volt. Okay, VBE is having a fixed value, that is zero point 0.7 volt. VBE is equal to zero point 0.7 volt. You should be remembering that point. Okay, then we would be getting the emitter voltage. Next is divide VE by RE to get the emitter current. Okay, after the emitter voltage, you should be finding the emitter current. we know that according to Ohm's law, I is equal to V by R. So IE would be equal to VE by RE. RE, the value they would be giving you in the circuit only. In this equivalent circuit, the RE value would be already given. So you could be finding the emitter current from this. Okay. So the next step is assume that the collector current is equal to the emitter current. So this is the fourth step you need to be remembering, that is assumption of the collector current. Collector current would be equal to the emitter current. It would be somehow equal. So that's why you from this you could be finding even the collector current. Okay, when you get the emitter current, that would be somehow equal to the collector current. Okay, so you see here IC is nearly equal to IE. So this is the fourth step. Next step is calculate the collector voltage by using the following equation. That is VC is equal to VCC minus ICRC. Okay. So using this equation, you could be calculating the collector voltage VC. Then the last step is calculate the collector emitter voltage VCE. Okay, by subtracting the emitter voltage from the collector voltage. That is VCE is given by this formula, that is VC minus VE. So whatever the collector voltage you get here, that you should be subtracting it with the emitter voltage. Okay. So emitter voltage here we are getting it right. So VC minus VE, if you do, you would be getting the value of VCE. Okay. So for this, they have shown one simple example here. You see here. So this is the problem where they have given the voltage divider bias circuit in the question paper. The question would be coming like this. That is, they would be giving you one circuit. By seeing the circuit only, you should be analyzing whether this circuit is a VDB circuit or not. In the VDB circuit, you would be having four resistors together. One is the RC, one is RE, and we would be having two extra resistors for the voltage divider biasing at this point. That is VBB. Okay. So according to the equivalent circuit, we would be having two resistors R1 and R2. So if we have like this kind of circuit, then it is a VDB circuit. Okay. So in the question, they would be asking you to frame a question. They would be framing a question like this. That is, do the VDB analysis for this circuit. Okay. For if they ask like that, you should be finding all the parameters as I've told you step by step. Okay. So in this also you see here they have given the values of R1, R2, RC, RE, and here they have given the VCC value as 10 volt. Okay. So by using these steps here, first calculate VBB, that is VCC R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So they have done it here. That is VCC is 10 volt, R2 2.2 kilo ohm divided by 10k plus 2.2k. Okay. After solving this, you will be getting 1.8 volt. Next step is subtract 0.7 volt, that is VBB minus VBE. So this 1.8 minus 0.7, you would be getting 1.1. Then find the emitter current, that is 1.1 divided by 1 kilo ohm, that is the emitter resistance RE. Then we would be getting 1.1 milliamps. Then find the collector voltage. Okay, that is VCC minus IC into RC. You would be getting 6.04 volt. Then finally the VCE part, you would be getting that is VC minus VE. VC is 6.04, VE is 1.1. Subtract it and we would be getting our answer as 4.94 volt. Okay, so this is one simple example. So just go through this. Okay, pause the video and refer it. Also you will be having the material, just go through it. Okay, so this was the complete VDB analysis. So hope you understood this part. Under transistor biasing, this concept is very, very important. Okay, so this was it for the video, guys. In the next video we are going to see with the VDB load line and Q point. Okay, so that let us see in the next video. So that's all for the video, guys. Thank you.